Hey, what is going on, guys? Today I am sharing with you my review for the Fanatec CSL pedals plus load cell kit slash load cell kit review slash also talking about the tuning kit. We're covering a lot in this video today, and this will give you everything you need to know about the Fanatec CSL pedals and whether they are worth your money if you're looking into them. So without further ado, enough chit chat, let's get right into the review. And I will immediately start by answering the question I put in the title. These are by far the best budget sim racing pedals that you can buy. They are tied to the Fanatec ecosystem, and you can use them on like Thrustmaster rigs and things like that. But I highly recommend if you're buying these, you're going Fanatec, and I assume if you're looking at these, you're probably going to be using Fanatec stuff. So I assume a lot of you guys will be pairing this with CSL DDs. And just like the CSL DDs, I think this caught Thrustmaster and everyone else in the market very off guard, having a full load cell pedal kit, 3 pedals, for just $200 USD. Now, you can make them to $35 USD before tax if you get the tuning kit. I actually really hate how Fanatec named this because it makes it sound like it does something performance related with the pedals, but all it is these really nice aluminum pedal faces. If these are worth the $35, I think that's really up to you. They don't add anything performance-wise. The regular stock plastic pedal faces work just fine in some aspects, especially their curved nature. I feel like they're even a little bit nicer to press on because I feel like you can get a tiny bit more like modulation in the pedals, but it's just something you have to get used to. If you want it all to look though like super high quality, super premium, feel very premium as well, having that brushed aluminum pedal faces, they look really nice. I love them a lot, and personally they were worth it for me. But again, it's going to be one of those things where if you have the $35 extra to spend, then go for it. But I mean, that could be something big. That could be the difference of getting maybe a little bit better of a rim that you want, or whatever it may be. Now let's talk about the load cell, because I'm sure that's why you're here, and is it an upgrade over the potentiometer? And of course the answer is yes. A load cell brake kit is a lot more realistic in terms of how an actual car's brake feels, because on an actual car's brake it's pressure rather than distance, which is what a potentiometer measures. But is it really worth it if you're just starting out in sim racing, especially if you're not really going to be playing super sim games, like you're just going to be playing Forza and things like that, or Gran Turismo? Then the stock potentiometer brake will be just fine for you. Now, if you're trying to delve into something a little bit more serious, like iRacing, Assetto Corsa, it definitely doesn't hurt to have the load cell, but the potentiometer still works great. And if you go from the potentiometer to the load cell, you'll get used to it pretty fast. You can change how much pressure you can push, so don't actually feel like the stock pressure is how hard you have to push it. You can definitely turn it down. I think it comes on like 60 or 70 right out of the box, so it is quite heavy to start, but you can just go into Fanatec control panel, turn it down. I run mine at about 50, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's where I like to run it. It's where I feel like it's the most comfortable to use, but still having to put enough pressure to where you're not constantly 100% on the brakes all the time. The biggest thing with the load cell is what I just mentioned. It's the customizability to measure how hard you need to press on the pedal for it to go 100% braking force. With the potentiometer, you can't change that. You're either at 0, you're at 100, or you're somewhere in between. You can't move 100 up or down anymore. You can't make it any harder to press or any easier to press. Now, for the people who are wondering if the load cell brake kit makes you faster, then I'm not going to tell you, because I'm going to make a video on it, so stay tuned on the channel, like and sub if you want to see that. But to be honest, in my experience, it's a toss-up. You can be fast on either one. I should also mention with these, there is the $39 clutch kit. So if you just want to get the potentiometer brake, you can get a spare clutch pedal. I think it's pretty much just the same as the throttle pedal. It just has a little bit of that wider pedal face. So if that's something you want, then go for it. But I highly recommend you save up for the load cell, or you spend the extra money, whatever your situation is, and get it and just use the old brake as the clutch. Plus, it'll be a little bit harder to press, which, I mean, clutches aren't just like weightless in real life. So that also is a bit more realistic. So overall, whether you're throwing these on your Logitech wheel, your Thrustmaster wheel, or you're using these on your brand new Fanatec CSL DD or GT DD Pro, I highly recommend these pedals if you're on the fence. They're going to be infinitely better than the Logitech pedals that comes with the G29. They're going to be a lot better than, especially if you're using like the TMX2 pedals, or even if you're on the TCLMs. I think this will be a very nice upgrade for you. For $200 USD to $230 USD if you buy the aluminum pedal faces, this is an amazing bang for your buck, and in this price range, it is truly unmatched. So do I recommend the Fanatec CSL pedals just on their own, the $100 pedals with the gas and the potentiometer brake? Yes, I do. I used it for 6 months, 5 months. They worked amazingly, zero complaints. Do I recommend the load cell as a really nice upgrade if you have the cash? Of course, the load cell is amazing. I love it so much, and I could not imagine myself going back to the lightness of the potentiometer. It would definitely take some getting used to. And do I recommend the tuning kit? As I mentioned earlier, if that $30 is worth it to you, that this is something that you really do want, you want the nice look of the aluminum pedals, then yes. But if it's something where it's a toss-up and you can maybe put that money towards something else, like a better rim, or maybe the sticker set for an open wheel rim, or whatever it may be, then that's up to you to decide. Overall, there is nothing bad about these set of pedals. There's nothing low quality. Everything is metal or really nice plastic, rubber. There is nothing to complain about with these. I wish I could think of something, honestly, for as a complaint, but I genuinely cannot. So to sum this review up, yes, I highly recommend these pedals, and if you have the money for them, regardless of what you're using right now, unless it's V3s or maybe TCLM pedals, I think this is going to be a massive upgrade. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you did find this review helpful, a like and a sub would mean a lot. I have a ton of super cool content coming soon, especially if you're a fan of Assetto Corsa. Tons of mods here on this channel. I highly recommend you stick around. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good one, guys.